Why is he planning to pardon the former Honduran president who was convicted by an American jury of drug trafficking?
We're not going to wait until you come to us. We're going to go to you if you threaten our country. The president and the Secretary of War has been very clear they're going to use lethality against our enemies, home and abroad.
All right, guys, let's hop into a couple clips of MAGA Republican Markwayne Mullin on CNN with Dana Bash in the wake of Trump's escalatory actions and rhetoric with Venezuela, Party of Peace, Nobel Peace Prize deserving president, mind you. So leave us a like on the video. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, and let's hop right in with some fact checks ready.
You said no troops on the ground. What about military airstrikes inside Venezuela?
No, he has not committed that either. He is protecting the United States by being very proactive. This is what peace through strength looks like. We're not going to wait until you come to us. We're going to go to you if you threaten our country.
Yeah, and Venezuela is a literal non-factor in that, so the idea you wage war against them to stop it is silly and stupid. It will have no effect. Also, should be noted again, as I alluded to, this is the Nobel Peace Prize deserving president who has now bombed over 15 fishing boats with possible civilians, multiple civilians, doubling back to rebomb survivors hanging on to wreckage in the war, Nobel Peace Prize deserving, mind you, now shutting down Venezuelan airspace, threatening, and I quote, actions on land very soon, and hinting at regime change. Party of Peace, no worse president, mind you, Nobel Peace Prize on the way. But like, yeah, let's invoke Biden's name here. Like, why is Biden coming up in everything? The guy you pretended was a warmonger for sending aid to an ally. Like, compare that to what Trump is now doing, who you're supporting and saying it's peace through strength. Like, they're such clowns. I don't get how anyone buys into this. Oh yeah, they're really stupid.
I have to ask, he is clearly very concerned about Central and South American presidents allegedly trafficking drugs to the United States. So if that's the case, why is he planning to pardon the former Honduran president who was convicted by an American jury of drug trafficking, who allegedly said, this is according to testimony from his trial, he would, quote, shove the drugs right up the noses of the gringos by flooding the United States with cocaine?
Well, the particular circumstances that I'm not quite aware of. However, I do know we're trying to build relationships with Honduras. We're trying to build relationships throughout South America and Central America.
I mean, it's just really hilarious. It's actually funny. It's comical how Trump makes these clowns have to eat their own words on a daily basis. They have to lean so hard into, frankly, a lie. They're just lying to people as the justification for like one insane thing that Trump is doing because, a culpable deniability or whatever, only for him to then crumble that justification as plausible with his next action. Like, oh, we're bombing civilians in the Caribbean to save America from the drug trade because Trump cares so much about drug trafficking. But we're also releasing someone who vowed to flood America with drugs to build relations. These are the same people, mind you, who pretend the Fauci pardon was too far, by the way, was an abuse of presidential pardon power. But this drug lord, totally legit, strategic 40 chess move the woke libs can never understand.
The president and the Secretary of War has been very clear they're going to use lethality against our enemies, home and abroad. This has been very clear what's going on right now, that the drug organization that is considered a terrorist organization that is flooding our streets with drugs, that's killing Americans every single day, they're being proactive on it.
Wait, what? Like, who are the enemies at home? What force are we about to use on them? What are we talking about here? Lethality, home and abroad? Is this just normal rhetoric for MAGA? ICE is holding almost 75% detainees who have no criminal record, mind you. So, like, are these the enemies we need lethality for? Am I saying that word right? Oh, dude, for Democrats, is it them? Trump is called the enemy within? Is the enemy within the Democrats that we need to use lethality on? That word just does not come off my tongue right. By the way, Trump has already investigated over a dozen Democrats, right? He's publicly painted them as enemy number one, right? The military is already marching through Democrat cities. Like, what are we doing here? These people are bloodthirsty for civil war. They've been bloodthirsty for it since like 2017, if I'm being frank. I think largely it's escalating now because they've understood They did squeak out the win in 2024. Can't take it from them, largely because of political capital gained because of COVID. Like whoever was trying to rebound us from that was going to take a hit. But they've realized they've all but lost the legislative battle. And then like any political capital they might have had left, they definitely drained with the cruelty of these immigration actions, the rising inflation, all of the loss of jobs, like all of the failures under Trump. So now it's like, well, okay, what authoritarian actions can we take to remain in power?